Hi, welcome to this particular chapter. We will talk about programmers, developers, software engineers, analysts. What is the difference between them? So let's go ahead and understand computer programmer or computer scientist. When it is said that they need computer programmer or computer scientist, what is the difference between those? So the common properties are when we talk about programmer, I mean someone who can code. They know at least one programming language and know it well enough that they can actually make things happen by typing the code into their computer. So a programmer asks like, what should I code, or how do you want me to code? So they understand or they know them, they have a complete knowledge on that particular programming language. Experience level can be a fresher or something like that. Job progression in this particular case is it can become a senior programmer, technical architect in the end. The programmer has got a specific properties is like it's either it is a computer graduate or any other graduate or non-graduate as well, focus to learn a particular programming, maybe single language only, not research oriented, always be tactical to provide solution for a current problem. Whereas the computer scientist is the computer graduate, passion to learn new things in short amount of time, and knows multiple programming language. It's he's a research oriented and provides solution in many ways for one single problem. So that's the difference between say programmer and the computer scientist, and they have some common properties. Again, the experience level for the computer scientist is again a 0+ level, because he is a computer graduate person. Many companies actually they do not really call a computer scientist as such. They want either software engineer or the computer programmer or say Java programmer, very specific to say the Java programming language. So they are least bothered about if the person knows C, C++ or something like that if they are asking for Java programmer. Or sometimes actually the JD says they want PHP programmer, right? So or the Perl programmer. So in that case, they are expecting only that that person is person understand the Perl programming in detail, and they are least bother about any other things which are required. But at the same time, look at the JD and understand if they need any other skills along with that particular programming skills. If it is a computer programmer, as the key ask. So what is the developer and the software engineer? So we saw a programmer, and then you can say the next level to the programmer or computer scientist is the developer or the software engineer. Developers have a formal degree in engineering and good understanding, building the different mental model, a wider thought about solving the problem than the programmer, than the which is earlier role, enough understanding, enough experience to understand what can work and what won't. Developer has more experience over the programmer, depth of surrounding besides the programming, a level you can say 2+ years or so. Job progressions, a senior developer, designer, architect, principal architect, and like that, or it can be even towards the management as well. Software engineer have a formal degree, mostly a computer science, have a deep understanding on the software development life cycle, create a mental model and visualize how everything works together. So that's the you can say additional to what developer does. Can talk to any stakeholder, including business, for software requirements or the IT requirements. They like design diagrams, flow charts, sequence diagram, etc. to discuss with others. Wider thought with well understanding of all the software engineering processes. Experience level again the same 2+years, and the progression is senior software engineer, software designer, architect, or principal architect. So you can actually think of software engineer is has a wider depth over the software developer as such, even though some companies actually treat developer is equivalent to the software engineer itself. If you look at the actual job profiles from the market, you will get to know what are those developers. So look at different sections like web technology. They are there is a requirement of web developer. Look at the JD, and when they say a software program engineer, look at the JD. So there are some differences between, but some companies actually treat them as equal. But these are basic differences you can say looking at the theory. So it does not really matter if you are a programmer, computer scientist, developer, or software engineer. End result is you need to deliver a software. You are a coder. You are actually sitting in front of computer and doing some coding in all the four levels. It is just that the depth of understanding uh, for the role, but it is really matters towards the company who is actually putting forward job role, whether they ask for a programmer, developer, computer scientist, or the software engineer. So when they ask for a programmer, they probably write what programming they need, like Perl programmer. When they write for a developer, they will ask, say, web developer, right? So web developer means it has got the HTML, CSS, all those type of front end plus the back end, which is like a lamp or a kind of. When they talk about software engineer, they will also expect that the person who understand SDLC process, how how the software gets delivered to the production, how it is maintained, and like that.